Let's go. All right, EvenFront College Football Show, Week 12 preview. We got Matthew Johnson, former D1 football player, Noah Carter, our own Auburn insider, and I'm Grayson, former college basketball player. Let's get right into it. Notre Dame and Pitt. Notre Dame 11.5-point favorite. College game day is going to be there, which absolute travesty that they're there. But I'll keep that to myself, even though I just said it.
Game of the week.
Exactly. Notre Dame. A lot of talk about what should they be ranked as high as they are. Mason Heinzel for Pittsburgh has been playing incredible, 5-0 since he took over. True freshman. Big story for this game for me, Notre Dame. I'm going to try and get the ball to Jeremiah Love as much as they can, as many carries as possible. And it's kind of a strength-on-strength matchup because Pitt has the third best running defense in the country, giving up only 80 yards a game. That defense led by Kyle Lewis. Great outside linebacker for them. Who you got, Noah?
Yeah, this is an easy one for me. Looking at this game, this matchup, this is my EvenFront lock of the week. Give me Notre Dame to cover. Give me Notre Dame to win 42-13 against this weak Pitt team. I think you look at the matchup, and it's really interesting to me. This true freshman quarterback going against a defense and interceptions. We also look at the Pitt resume, which I know Notre Dame's isn't exactly stellar either, but Pitt has beat who? Central Michigan, Boston College, Florida State, Syracuse, and lost to West Virginia and Louisville. I just don't think this is a good matchup for Pitt. And I mean, my track record speaks for itself. Last week I hit the nail on the head with A&M and Missouri. I think I do it again this week. Give me Notre Dame to win.
Cut you off for a second. Those two losses came before Heinz still was starting. Does that make a difference?
It does. He's a true freshman quarterback, and he does not have that dog in him. He doesn't.
I agree.
He is an EvenFront top 10 quarterback, so I do think he has that dog in him. But I kind of hop on. I kind of disagree with Noah a little bit. I think there's a lot at stake here for Pitt. This is probably one of the biggest games in Pitt football history.
Can I cut you off for a second? Why did their quarterback say that, or their coach say they don't need to win this football game?
He's an idiot. I don't know what he's doing. Idiot, dude. That was the worst take of all. What are you doing?
I've had some coaches say that to me before the biggest game in our program's history. John Summerall used to rip that one all the time. Man, we don't really care if we win this one. Saying that, I thought saying that to the media was nuts.
Insane.
I think bro just was talking and forgot what he was speaking. Anyway, probably one of the biggest games in Pitt history. I don't think that's deniable. I think that's why college game day is there, because it's going to be a cool environment up there in Pittsburgh. I think Pitt knows they can't hang in a slugfest where it comes into they have to run the ball at Notre Dame, because Notre Dame is going to be running into their running into Pitt's third-ranked rush defense, but I think they will eventually wear that down, just simply personnel-based. And Jeremiah Love running at you for 4 quarters, he's probably going to bust a big run. So I think for Pitt to win this game, they're going to have to show off their passing game and let Mason do what makes him so special and use that arm of his. Pitt's 10 for 10 on 4th down with him at quarterback, so I think if it gets to a big moment, they have the ability to convert those. Pitt hasn't been great running the ball this year, which is another reason why I think they're going to have to spread it out in the passing game. Another thing about Mason, though, and I think this could come into effect too going against that elite Notre Dame defense, Mason is sack prone. He's got 17 sacks through 5 games, so that's something to keep a watch on. Ultimately, though, I'm going to go, although Pitt is undefeated with Noah, I just don't think they have the personnel to hang with Notre Dame for the full game, but I do think it'll be closer. I'll go 28-17 on this one.
Yeah, I think with Pitt, Mason has been slinging the rock around. I just don't know if they have that Jordan Addison type receiver on this football team to push them into elite status. They do have a good Kenny Johnson's a solid receiver for them, but besides that, there's not really I just don't think they have the weapons to compete at
Jordan
a high
Addison is a random pull.
Dude, he's the best receiver to come through there in the past 15 years.
He graduated from USC though, but
he went off at Pittsburgh the 2 years he was there.
I think he won the Blitz off of Pittsburgh.
That's some ball knowledge I pulled out.
But is Mason going to be Kenny Pickett 2.0?
No.
I think he's
I
got a
don't-
much higher ceiling than Kenny Pickett. But
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I just think ultimately Notre Dame out talents Pitt. Give me Notre Dame. What's the line? Let me see. 11.5. Give me Notre Dame to cover. Notre Dame 38, Pitt 24.
I am interested to see more out of C.J. Carr. I think Pitt's going to force C.J. Carr to throw the ball a lot more than what they've been getting away with.
Definitely.
Like you said, third nationally in defensive rush defense. So C.J. Carr hasn't – I mean, he's been really good, but I think you're really going to get to see the most out of him this weekend because I think it's ultimately going to be a passing game on both sides.
I'm a CJ Carr believer. I mean, the little bit I have watched him, especially seeing him mature, right? Seeing him mature has been awesome. I mean, I think he does have ice in his veins. I think CJ Carr's a baller.
Hey, respectfully, I think if I'm throwing to Jaden Greathouse when they got a plumber guarding them, I think I'm throwing some shots too. With all due respect.
Well, he's not in college football anymore. Is what I was saying. He's in the league, so I just don't think he is.
Jaden Greathouse.
He's not on Notre Dame.
You're wrong.
Okay. But what I was saying is that they don't have that. I mean, they do have some solid receivers. I'm just saying I don't know when they finally face. I don't think Pitt's a real test for them, but when they get to the playoff, I don't know if they're gonna be able to.
Yeah. He's still on Notre Dame.
Well, then he's hurt.
He's hurt for 6 games.
Is he hurt? Okay.
Boys, we're not ball knowers here.
Well, I haven't seen him. I was like, maybe he's not on their team anymore. I stopped watching them after those first 2 weeks.
I knew he was.
I
knew he was because I pulled his card in NCAA.
Okay.
Ball knower.
All right, moving on. Let's go to Duke, Virginia. I want to make it clear Duke has the chance to do the funniest thing ever and win out and win the ACC and dismantle the ACC if they don't make the playoff. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you I have no idea who's gonna win this game. Yes, Duke's had some decent wins this year. They lost to UConn last week. Yes, Virginia has some decent wins. They went to overtime with UNC. Virginia's gone to overtime 3 of their past 5 games. They beat Louisville somehow, and they beat Florida State and North Carolina in overtime. Solid defense for Virginia. I think this comes down to quarterback play. Chandler Morris for Virginia, 12 TDs, 5 interceptions. I just don't think that's going to cut it in the big games. And Duke's got one of the most premier quarterbacks who probably won't be a Duke next year, Darian Mensah, 24 TDs, 4 interceptions. Just missed the EvenFront top 10 QB list, but I think you got a game manager there versus the best player on Duke. I think that's the difference coming up this week. Who you got, Matt?
I'm with you. I think it's a pretty evenly matched game. You really don't know what you're going to get out of either team any given weekend. Chandler Morris, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. They've been leaning a lot on Jamari Taylor. He's got 800 rushing yards for 11 touchdowns. Expect them to lean on him some more because this Duke defense has been all right. Averaging 268 yards a game allowed. Isn't horrible. 406 yards per game allowed. That is horrible. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong stat there. But I'm not sure Chandler Morris is going to be able to do what he needs to do to beat this Duke team. I think this Duke team knows what they have a great coach in Manny Diaz, right?
Yeah, Manny Diaz.
Yeah. They got a great coach in him, and he's going to have them ready to play in November. And I think they know what's coming. They know what they can do. Get their ACC championship bid, and it starts this weekend. And X Factor, they got Darian Mensah. I know Grayson touched on it. Top 7 quarterback in the country. 2,794 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. So he's the lead. They're averaging 450 yards offense per game, 330 in the air, and 140 on the ground. They're going to be a problem for this Virginia defense, who's, like I said, has struggled a little bit this year. So give me Duke in a close one.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to agree with you here. I'm going to have to tell you, though, don't discount that UConn loss. I mean, UConn sitting at 7-3. Jim Morin coach teams, man. I mean, they've been decent, okay? They've been okay. That UConn loss does not scare me, okay? I think you all are right. You're hitting.
UConn's been hot.
They have been right.
So
I think.
can I add
What?
in
Yeah.
if Auburn or Bama loses to UConn, are you going to sit here and say that doesn't scare me?
Or is Duke Auburn or Alabama?
Duke's competing for an ACC
I think
championship right now.
I think they're pretty close to Auburn.
No, I don't think so.
I was rage baiting. I'm sorry.
I'm not
Go
going to
ahead.
fall for it right now. But no, I think you all are right. I think this is a little bit of a high-scoring game, a little bit of a shootout. But they have Darian Mensah, who Matt said was the top 7 quarterback. I would
What's
venture
your
to
favorite
say
QB?
top 4 quarterback in the nation.
His
And-
stats are nuts.
Whoa. Top 4 QB in the nation.
Top 4. He's a
All right.
sophomore.
Tell me who he's over right here. Ty Simpson, Fernando
Over.
Mendoza. He's over Ty Simpson?
Yeah.
Forget. Never mind.
No, for real. Okay. For real.
Ty
Auburn.
Simpson,
Yeah.
Fernando Mendoza,
No.
Julian
No, it's
Sayed.
Julian saying Fernando Mendoza, Darian Mensah.
So you're
Ty
saying
Simpson.
Darian Mensa's right there.
Yeah.
Dante
Dude, his
Moore,
stats are-
Trinidad
his
Chambers.
stats. I didn't realize his stats were so good. It's
Yeah,
kind of
he
weird. I
does.
haven't heard if they haven't dropped some games. He's probably in the Heisman race.
It's just
dude.
because they're losing these games. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
But he's
He
a
has
baller.
2,800 yards and 24 touchdowns.
Listen,
He won't
you
be there
mark it
next year.
down.
He
We'll
won't be
go
there
back
next
and watch this in a few years. You mark it down. Out of all those quarterbacks that you just listed, Darian Mensah will have the best NFL career.
Julian Saying's a true freshman that's leading the Heisman race.
I mean, he probably would have the best body for the NFL.
He does. He's the most projectable.
Simpson, Mendoza, and Saying are probably a little undersized.
Best body.
Okay.
He's
Yeah, I mean, I think
6'3", 206 or 205.
he's a Jalen Milroe build, but he can throw the ball. So he does have some good upside. Give me Duke just for the meme that I hope the ACC doesn't get into the playoff because I think it'd be absolutely hilarious.
We're going to see chaos.
I'm a huge Duke fan right now. That's about all I got on that. Anything else?
I think you about got it.
All right. Let's
Duke
move on
is
to
a-
another game that I'm extremely excited for. Big game in the American Conference. Navy, South Florida. South Florida, a 10.5-point favorite, which I think is about right. This is a separation game in the American Conference. Whoever wins this is most likely going to the championship for a chance at the playoff spot. Yeah, both teams are going to stay alive. South Florida is ranked the highest Group of 5 team. Win here, win out, you're in. Navy gets Horvath back, Blake Horvath, who didn't play against Notre Dame. So, but before I give my pick, I'll let someone else go. Go ahead, Matt. Who you got?
Like you said, Blake Horvath has been out for 5 or 6 games. He was questionable last week. I imagine they haven't announced it yet. He's going to be back this game. He's got 1,100 passing yards in the year. He probably missed 2 or 3 games now I'm thinking about it. Anyway, he's got like 1,100 yards in the game, year, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, about 1,000 yards on the ground and 13 touchdowns. He's a game changer. If he played all year, he's probably in the Heisman talks this year. He was at some points last year. They're the first among. He averages 115 yards on the ground, which is number 1 among FBS quarterbacks. And their offense averages about 9 yards a play. Obviously, Byron Brown and USF are really good. I'm not doubting them at all. Byron Brown's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, probably top 15. I really like Alex Golich and what he's doing. I think USF is probably, if they handle business, is going to be a playoff contender. That said, I think this is a dangerous game. Anytime you go and play a team that runs a wing tee, it's dangerous. I can just tell you, when you play these games are scary because it can go one of 2 ways. Navy might not. Navy doesn't have to score 40 points to beat USF. They can keep this ball on the ground, control the game, and score 17. And it's not because USF isn't scoring; it's because they may got the ball 2 or 3 times. So this is my upset pick of the week. I'm not gonna say it's Matthew's lock of the week. I like Navy here. I think they're coming off a loss to Notre Dame. I think they're number 1 in the American, and I think they're playing for their playoff spot here. I like Navy to shake things up and kind of move USF out of the mix and open it up in the American.
Here's my pushback, Matt. I see your perspective, right? And I think there's a path to victory for Navy here. Control the game, low-scoring game, control the clock, right? They win it. Here's my pushback. Navy has given up 31 points in the past 5 straight games, at least 31 points. That doesn't bode well for Navy here. You look at Byron Brown. Since week 4, he's the second highest PFF graded quarterback, the third highest passing grade, second most passing touchdowns, 4th rushing grade, and 39 missed tackles, which puts him first in the nation. I think Byron Brown, if you've watched him play, which I know you all have, he is the Cam Newton of the group of 5 level. He will have a statue. He deserves it at USF. Not only that, he'll have a statue in Alex Golich's house as well, because I think he's going to get him a big-time job. All that to say, Byron Brown carries USF. It ends up being a pretty easy game for them. They cover.
Yeah, I've got to see him in person a few times. I don't know how, probably 2 or 3 times. Or somehow, he is phenomenal. He's a super freak. I don't know how he stayed at USF for so long. They've done a great job of retaining him. Kind of speaks to Alex Golich and the relationship he has with his players. But Navy's rushing the ball for 305 yards a game right now. I think that's something you take into account. I mean, you have an image of what USF looks like and what Byron Brown looks like, and I'm not saying that's not going to happen. I'm just saying you need to be prepared for a world where they may get the ball twice and a half. And I think if that happens, Navy can win, and I think they have the ability to do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of the world, they come out and blow them out of the water too. So, but I like Navy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna agree with what you said, Matt. There's definitely a path for Navy to get a win here. I think there's so much talent on USF. They have a lot of talent, like transfers from Texas A&M and like Miami and Bama, who just didn't play. And that's like high SEC talent that's on an AAC team. And I think Navy doesn't have those guys. Although their offense, they can hold the ball for super long and limit South Florida's possessions to 2 or 3 a game. I don't think I see a world where South Florida gets beat here. But
telling you, Blake Horvath's back. I'm just add some spice to them.
Do you think it was strategic to sit Blake Horvath last week? So if they're in a fight between whether to put Navy or JMU in, and be like, well, Blake Horvath didn't play against Notre Dame, they use that excuse as a loss because he was ready to play apparently last week.
Yeah, I don't know.
I struggle to think that.
Yeah, I don't believe so. I think they probably realistically knew they were going to lose the Notre Dame game and knew this game was coming up.
Exactly. So they rested him to be like.
They're not thinking like that. They're thinking they want to beat USF this week. That's what I'm thinking.
Also, if he's 100%, which obviously I don't think
they're not hanging with Notre Dame.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're not winning, obviously. But I also don't think they sit him if he's 100%, right?
I will say probably not. I will say Navy lost North Texas 31-17. If you believe in the transitive properties, South Florida put 63 on North Texas. But
we don't. We don't believe in the transitive
properties.
We don't.
We don't.
Not all the time.
I'm saying if we did, that could be a big point.
I don't know. Where is this game? I'm pretty sure it's at Navy.
I'm pretty sure it's at Navy.
It's set.
Yeah, it says it right there. It's at Navy.
Yeah. They're going to be in the middle of Maryland. I'm just telling you, this is going to be a funky game. I'm just go ahead and write it down.
Let me ask both of you this. USF wins out and makes the playoff. Is there a world where they beat a Georgia or an Ole Miss at the 5 seed or Texas Tech?
No.
Noah says no?
No. No.
You're crazy if you don't think USF could beat Texas Tech. Crazy. And I love Texas.
Watch the same Texas Tech team against BYU.
Hey, I hyped up Texas Tech, but USF, I don't know. I've still got that Florida win in my mind. I know they lost to Miami. I don't know. Like I
Got
said,
beat by Kentucky, 31 to what was it? Was it 31 to 7? Yeah, that doesn't hold any water to me. That Florida win.
I guess, yeah. I don't
At the
know.
time, though,
I like to advocate for my G5 guys. I was in their shoes at one point. I don't know. I just think it's really cool, and I think it's college football. Anybody can win any given weekend.
that's true.
And I mean, the reality is there is a world where Byron Brown can go in and throw for 400 yards and beat one of those teams. That's just true. I mean, I'm not saying it's probable. I'm not saying it's like what would happen, but if you don't think there's a path, no, I mean, I don't know what you're.
I don't think there's a path against Georgia. If they have to go to Athens, I don't see a path there.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Texas Tech, I could see maybe a Texas Tech win. I could see that.
I'll submit. I don't think they're beating Georgia and Sanford, but I'm just thinking there's a
South
couple
Florida's
teams
the
in
second
there.
team since Bama to beat them there would be insane.
I'm just saying,
29.
South Florida can play with those SEC teams. There's been a couple times they almost
played with
got Bama
Bama.
the past few years. I
They
mean,
did.
that's just
I think
reality.
I think that had a lot to do with the quarterback problem at Bama, but
The quarterback problem was in who? Jalen Milroe?
Well, the first South Florida game, Milroe, we played 3 quarterbacks. The second one last year, Milroe literally completed 2 passes the first half. So I guess you could credit that to the South Florida defense, which was really solid last year. But I think a Ty Simpson-led Alabama team would have been a lot different last year.
Listen, too, are we forgetting? I mean, South Florida did just lose to Memphis, who then got beat by Tulane. I mean, are they a good Group of 5 team that very well will make the playoffs? Yes. Will they compete with any of these legit contenders?
I'm sorry.
How many legit contenders are there?
I don't think
seven.
USF is making the playoff. I really don't. They're like the media's pick right now. If you look at who they've got to play, it would surprise me.
You know who's getting in? North Texas.
Yep.
Just watch.
I agree. Yep.
Have the easiest path.
Yep.
I genuinely think we'll get to that later about the Duke thing. Never mind. Let's move on. We gotta move on.
Give me Tulane. That's all I'm gonna say.
Give me Tulane. They only have one conference loss, maybe. Let's move on.
Four-way tie in the American.
We've done Notre Dame, Pitt. We've done Duke, Virginia. We got our 2 biggest games this week. We're moving on to the EvenFront game of the week.
Dang.
Which game is it? Let's reveal it.
EvenFront game of the week.
It's a nice graphic.
Wow.
So, I mean, talk about, what a game. You're going from Bama OU straight into Georgia, Texas. It's going to be a great weekend.
Kind of the old money, new money SEC matchups this weekend. It's pretty cool.
I mean, this is why OU and Texas came to the SEC for matchups like this. Same week, too. Georgia's a 6-point favorite at home, which I think that I'll get my pick later. But I think Texas is peaking at the right time. They're coming off a bye week. Arch has gotten better every week. He's just become more accurate, and that's really been the issue. That was really the issue for him at Ohio State, the first game of the year. And not a lot of people give him credit. A 7-14 game against that Ohio State team is pretty impressive at this point in the season. We know the talent Texas has on the defensive side of the ball, but Georgia has continued to just win games no matter how. I mean, they've been down in fourth quarter, I think 5 games in a row besides the Mississippi State game, and they've won every single one. So it's how long can they keep doing that? Matt, who you got?
I'll tell you, that's like a misconception for me. I feel like a lot of people have is, they keep on winning these one-possession games. They're so lucky. I don't think so. That's what great teams do. Great teams win one-possession teams or one-possession games.
Going to buy them at some point?
I mean, you can say that. I think when you do it consistently, this has been the conversation with Georgia the past 3 years. When has it bit them? I mean, they're obviously making it the playoff every year. I think Georgia's gotten better every single week. They beat a Mississippi State team last week that I don't know if you remember. Everybody was saying this was the game of the week to bet on, and they went in there and beat them by 30 points at Mississippi State. Nobody was giving them a shot. This Georgia team is a contender in November, and they're a team to keep an eye on. I understand Texas can play with anybody any given Saturday. I don't think they're playing with Georgia this weekend. I like Georgia. I think it's going to be a good game. Probably what everybody's going to be watching around. What time is that game? Is it the 2:30 kickoff?
Georgia Texas is the night game at 6:30.
That's the night game. That's right. Yeah, everyone's going to be watching that game. I'm pumped up for it. I'm excited to see what Arch Manning does. You told the story about Arch Manning getting better every week.
He really has.
Gunnar Stockton has slowly been getting it better every week too, and that Mike Bobo offense, which is weird to say, is humming. And they're dominant on the ground, and Gunnar Stockton is as consistent as anyone, and he's clutch. Give me Georgia to cover.
Before we go to Noah, I just wanted to add in Georgia's pass rush has been a big problem for them recently. And we saw what happens to Arch without a pass rush in Vanderbilt. I mean, that first half was ugly. Arch was putting it on him. You think that comes into effect this game, Noah?
Yeah, I think it does, right? And you're talking about, Georgia's lack of a pass rush, right? And them not being able to get at Arch. And I think you're right. I think that definitely goes in Arch's favor. I mean, there is a case to be made for Arch Manning taking another step, having his coming out party against Georgia and winning this game in Georgia, right? I mean, there is a case, right? We got Texas +8 turnover margin versus Georgia this year, -2. But to Matt's point, I think Gunnar Stockton keeps getting better and better, and they find ways to win games. And don't kid ourselves with Arch Manning. He sat behind a 7th rounder in Quinn Ewers last year. I don't think this is his year. He needs some maturing. I think he does. I mean, we're seeing it happen now.
Good, yeah.
He's not going to the league this year.
No, he's not. Obviously. We're seeing him
fun to see him develop.
Listen, we're seeing him mature week by week, but he is not mature enough to go into Georgia and to win this game. I don't believe it. I don't see Georgia to win. Hopefully, Arch, I think he looks a little bit better, but he can't do enough to beat this Georgia team.
Hey, Gunnar Stockton, 75% completion rate this year against top 25 opponents.
That's crazy. The one thing I will say is that everyone's been down on Texas this year, but they have the talent. If they're turning it around right now, they have the talent to win this game, but I really just don't see it. I don't know if they do. They have like 50 guys on their injury report. They're really banged up. I think that probably contributed to that Kentucky game. Yeah, but I just don't see them. Maybe if it was a home game for Texas, I don't see them going
the only team that can come into Stanford Stadium or come into a stadium that Kirby Smart is in and beat Georgia is Alabama.
For some weird reason.
I don't know what it is unless Kirby's bringing Kalen DeBoer down there with him. I think I'm sticking with Bama.
Yeah, I think Georgia gets this game by about 10. I think they win pretty handily. Moving on.
Cover.
Moving on. Other big game of the week. That's also not a game day. I want to put that out there. Bama, Oklahoma. Bama, current 5.5-point favorite. Must-win game for Oklahoma. You know, Oklahoma's hoping for a healthy John Mateer coming off the bye week. He looked better against Tennessee. Still not to what we saw before the game. I mean, before his injury. That's really affected him. He's thrown 7 picks since then. Bama with this game looking to lock themselves in with the win. I'm pretty sure they're in the SEC championship, which if they're in that game, they're in the playoff. So big game for both these teams. OU strength, run game. Bama doesn't run the ball. Take that what you will, whether that's a good thing for OU or a good thing for Bama. But OU's two of their top pass rushers are Mason Thomas and I forget his first name, but something Jackson are both questionable for this game. And from what I've heard, neither of them are playing, which is probably going to be a big loss for Oklahoma's defense. They're 2 of their main pressure guys, so we'll see. Who you got this week, Matt?
I think we all remember the story last year with Alabama and Oklahoma. Alabama pretty much, in everybody's eyes, had the playoffs locked. They come into Oklahoma and Norman, and they get shocked. They don't just get shocked; they get dominated. They don't lose in a close one.
Don't score a touchdown.
Milrow throws 2 pick sixes and another pick inside the 20.
Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, that's why Jackson Arnold's at Auburn right now, because he got to beat Alabama that one time.
Yeah.
Oklahoma 3-0 on the road this year. I saw an interview this week. Kind of got me pumped up. They said they like to be the villains. They're going to try and dominate the box. That's how they're built. I think this whole game plan is going to be centered around not stopping the run. You're going to know Alabama's probably not going to try to run the ball, and you're probably going to drop a bunch of people back to coverage and make Ty Simpson throw it 40-plus times. And I think there's a situation like last week. You have a great passer in Joey Aguilar, who throws the ball so many times, which he's already obviously more turnover prone than Simpson. But is there do you think there's a possibility Simpson can turn it over this week if he drops back 40 times?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I mean, I'll segue that into my take if you're good with that, Matt. I mean, I think this is a dangerous game for Alabama here.
Can I make my pick? Because I kind of feel like I know where you're going.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Anyway, Bama's 5-0 at home. I don't want to steal your thunders while I'm doing this. Bama's 5-0 at home. I do think Oklahoma has a great front seven. I think that's national, not national news. Everyone knows that. Alabama has their best 2 players are interior. They're great in between the tackles. Alabama has not had any issues between the tackles this year. Actually, I would say all of our issues are at tackle, left and right, as far as pass game. I don't think the pass rush is going to affect Simpson. Simpson has elite pocket presence. That's something you saw that a few times against LSU. What?
Oh, I will jump in, though. I want to say we're underestimating how big of a loss our Mason Thomas is. I mean, that's been their guy all year on pass rush.
He's not ruled out.
No, they ruled but they said he's not playing. He's not playing.
Are you sure?
I'm dead positive. He's
Okay.
neither is it Julius Jackson? It's something Jackson. He's not playing.
Jackson, you're right. But last I had heard today, I had seen that they had not ruled our Mason Thomas out.
They haven't ruled him out, but I've seen a bunch of Oklahoma people say he's out.
Yeah.
They didn't even practice today.
That is a huge loss. I mean, you're right. I mean, watching him come in, I think he was the one who entered the Auburn game at the second half, and he made a difference immediately.
He had like 3 sacks in that half.
Yeah, in the second half. Yeah. Crazy.
Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Bama's really good in their middle. I mean,
pass-wise, not running.
Pass-wise. I'm blanking on his name. Our center. What's his name? Parker Belsford. Yeah, and Jaden Roberts. They're really good
for some reason. Don't know
I think
why.
he's been banged up. I think you could probably see him in the next few weeks. Anyway, they're good in the middle. I don't think there are issues at tackles. Simpson's really good in the pocket. I don't think the pressure is going to rattle Simpson like it did Aguilar. I like Simpson. I like Alabama until someone proves that they can slow down Alabama through four quarters. Give me Bama. And side point, Alabama's defense is really good. I know that no one envisioned anybody talking about the Alabama defense in week 12 after the Florida State showing. Bray Hubbard's an animal. He was the SEC Player of the Week last year. They've got dudes all over the field on the Alabama defense. They're flying around. I think Mateer has obviously pre-injury, the games he's played after his injury, his completion percentage has dropped. He has fewer passing yards per game, passing yards and touchdowns per game, along with significantly fewer rushing yards and no touchdowns on the ground since his return. That's a different player. Unless he just emerges from the shadows, I think Alabama, I'm slamming the over. I think people are saying this. I would take Bama plus 11 on this one.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you look at this game and everything is kind of looking a little bleak for Oklahoma, right? I mean, our Mason Thomas sounds like he's not going to play. He was questionable for sure. Leads the team with 6.5 sacks. That is a huge loss. John Mateer hasn't been the same player. You're right. You can thank Auburn for that, hurting his hand, right? I mean, he has not looked like the Heisman hopeful we all thought he would be preseason ever since the injury. They're coming in to Alabama. I mean, that Bryant Denny, never an easy place to play. But then you start to look for a minute, and you see that Oklahoma has the number 1 defense in yards allowed in the nation. They're also tied for number 1 in the nation in sacks, which I know they're missing 2 of their big pass rushers. That's a huge thing. So that stat maybe is nullified. But I think this is the game where Ty Simpson has his fall apart. I really do. I believe I am a perfect record in prediction so far. This might be my first loss. I don't think it will be, though. Give me Oklahoma, baby. They're coming into Bryant Denny, and they're taking that dub.
I'm assuming that was planned.
Noah must have got access to the studio. I don't know how he did that.
So I do agree. Oklahoma, I think pretty definitively, maybe Bama, Oklahoma pretty definitively has the best defense in the SEC. Especially when our Mason Thomas and his name's it's Jaden Jackson. I just looked up his name. Especially when they're playing. Kip Lewis is another great pass rushing linebacker they have. He's got a few picks on the year too. But a lot of people are saying that Oklahoma's run defense is going to be a big deal. I've seen a bunch of people say this. But like, Bama doesn't run the ball.
Because they can't.
They've beaten everyone without running the ball.
The only game Alabama has rushed for over 100 yards is Vandy, and they beat them by 2 scores. They've beaten 3 top 25 teams without rushing for over 100 yards, and really last week beat a good LSU defense with 50 yards on the ground.
The question, it's the same thing I asked about Georgia with these one-score games they're playing. Is not having a run game eventually going to bite Bama? I think it might at some point unless they figure it out. But there's a lot of talk that AK Deere is playing this week. I've seen a lot of rumors about that. Who's 5-star or 4.5-star running back coming in, freshman. We'll see if he changes it. I think it's more in the run scheme than the running backs we had back there. But
if you're grabbing for a 4th team true freshman running back to come fix your running problems, there's something wrong.
He's had 4 runs on the year, and one was a 60-yard touchdown run, and 2 are like 10-yard runs. So
who are they against, though?
That's not the point.
I would expect, and sad for Jan Miller. He's just not the guy this year. I think he's not. He's the oldest guy in the room. He's great in pass blocker. Yeah, I was about to say great in pass protection. I imagine Alabama. I'm sure Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer know they probably need a run game once it gets to December. I'm expecting Daniel Hill, and AK Deere to get more.
A lot of reps from them.
They're going to be getting the ball more. I think they're both just more explosive and fall forward for yards. But
on one dimension,
you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you got it.
I was just going to say a one-dimensional offense is going to come back to bite you at some point.
But it's not one-dimensional. Don't say it's one-dimensional.
What is it?
They run the ball enough to where you don't know what they're going to do. They get the ball out on screens. They have a great screen game, which is an extension of the run game.
You can say extension of the run game is a run game, but at some point, like Oklahoma is really good at knowing your signs, which is literally stealing plays, but they're really good at it. So
can I just say, I have a lot of faith in Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer. I think they're the best offensive staff in the country. Yeah, you can debate me on that. He took Washington to the national championship. Anyway, that's debatable. Ryan Grubb's really good. I think they know what they're doing, and I don't think they believe the run game's as big as issue as everybody else. Okay. And they're winning these games without it.
I'll give my pick, but I won't know. I know he didn't like that best offense and the best offensive staffs in the country comment. So I want you to give.
Better?
But no. That's all. I just want to hear who's better. Not saying I agree with Matt's take. I just want to hear who you got over them.
I didn't come prepared for this argument, but I'll tell you the name who comes to mind. Ohio State. That is a way better offensive coaching staff. Brian Hartline?
I can maybe.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Also,
won't
I-
even argue.
I think you could have
Mike
said top
Bobo.
3, Matt. And did
Huh?
you say Mike Bobo? Oh,
Man, the tides are turning in Georgia.
let me give my take real quick. I think
Derek Nix. and
I
Hugh
think
Freeze.
not having a run game will come to bite them at some point if they don't figure it out. If they do figure it out, they might win it all. I just don't know
what
if
does
they
figuring
do.
out look like to you? I mean,
Better than 3 yards a carry.
you think so?
throughout the
Like,
running.
at what point are you like, man, they've got it figured out like 70 yards a game?
The run needs to be a threat.
It's just effective.
Yeah.
Right
In
now, it
some
just feels like
form, it just looks like we're running it to pass it.
yeah, it's like
That's
we're
what
running
it's
it.
looking like.
We're running it so you don't know we're passing it every time. It's not necessarily like Alabama's trying to.
You guys
get
want to hear a crazy
yards
stat?
around.
You guys want to hear a crazy stat? Jim
Yeah.
Miller, 3.6 yards a carry. Daniel Hill, 3.6 yards a carry. Kevin Riley, 3.8 yards a carry. You know who has 3.9 yards a carry? Caden Proctor. Caden Proctor is the best. It's the best running back on Alabama's team.
I thought they were going to give him the ball every week. They really slowed down after Vandy, and they're saving him for something big when they need him.
Yeah, dude, but just that's how bad Bama's run game is. Strictly run game. Not their extension of the run game is great, but the strictly run game has been awful. So if they don't figure that out, it will bite them. I just don't see it happening here.
I
bites
disagree.
them.
It's week.
Pitiful.
It's week 12.
I just don't. I think it comes down to Ty Simpson versus John Mateer, and I think Mateer makes more mistakes. I don't think
He's
I-
not.
I-
He's gonna throw 1 or 2 picks.
give
will.
me
You're
Bama
right.
the cover, but a very light cover. Like they're
And
getting 6 points maybe.
let's not forget Alabama's forcing
24
more
to
turnovers.
17.
Alabama leads the nation in forced turnovers right now,
They do.
and
Listen.
John Mateer has been turnover prone since his injury.
Listen, everything makes sense for Bama to win this game on paper. I agree with you, but it's just something in my gut. I'm telling you, Oklahoma is going to win this football game. Venables is going to cause.
I know what it is in your gut. It's the Auburn degree hanging in your bedroom right now. I don't know what your gut feeling is.
No, I mean, look at what Oklahoma did with Jackson Arnold last year, man. I mean, and we've seen what Jackson Arnold really is.
Unless Alabama just comes out there just completely shell shocked by Oklahoma and they're just terrified of them, I don't think it'll be as close as people think.
All right, we need to move on.
Yeah, move on.
I do think it's a road Oklahoma wins, but I'm gonna stick with Bama. If I'm Alabama, I might be more scared of the Auburn game than the Oklahoma game.
100%. I mean, that's not even. Don't even get me started on that. But we'll talk about that later.
No, let's get a pre-prediction. Do we think Auburn? Are we picking Auburn against Bama in rivalry week?
You'll
Well,
find
right
out.
now, who are you? Okay.
Yeah, don't give away. Why would people watch next week if Noah gives away the best part of next week's episode or 2 weeks from now's episode?
You'll find
All
out
right.
in a couple of weeks, but
Let's
it'll
go to
be an interesting game.
pull the playoff rankings up. And give me Oklahoma off the screen.
Yes, sir.
Get that off. We're done with that.
What
All
do you want the title to be?
We're doing college football. We're doing conference championship predictions.
I didn't prep for this.
It was in the prep. Did
It was
Noah?
on the-
Did Noah prep for this?
You know, a little bit.
Hey, I think we can all just talk about it. I think it's pretty obvious who's going to be in these conference championships. But Noah, can we all agree that Ohio State and Indiana are the Big Ten championship?
Yeah.
Is there any chance, unless Michigan beats Ohio State? I think that's the only chance. I don't think they are either, but that's the only chance. It's different. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and Indiana is winning that game. Actually, I think.
Do we think, Matt? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
You think Indiana's going to win that game? I don't think that's a bad take.
That's what I said.
I said give me Indiana. Yeah, I like Indiana. I think Julian Sandwich, I'll talk about this. I'm not sold on him. He hasn't been punched in the mouth yet. I think
That's true. We don't know what they look like.
Coach Signetti will punch them in the mouth.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a great day.
Why are we giving away our picks for the conference championship weekend? I feel like we should just
Switch it up. We'll see how I'm feeling.
No, we're just saying if we had the pick right now, who would win? That's who
Yeah.
we would pick. Who? All right, we'll go to Matt first because I know it's probably going to be different with his pick for the SEC. Matt, who do you got in the SEC championship?
if Bama wins this weekend, it'll be Bama and Texas A&M.
If Bama wins this weekend, it's a lock.
Yeah, Bama's locked if they win this weekend. They can go into the Auburn game and probably rest Ty Simpson if I'm them because that game really doesn't matter.
They're not going to do that.
It's going to be Texas. They're not, but it would be funny. Texas A&M and Alabama. I hate to do this, man. I would almost say Texas A&M, dude. They look pretty legit with Marcel Reed, and he kind of. It feels weird saying it, but I'm the same boat. Until they lose, I'm not picking against them right now. But I think I'll learn a lot about Texas A&M this next couple weeks. I'm not completely sold on them yet, but just me sticking to Matthew's tried and true rule. If you're undefeated, I won't pick against you until you give me a reason to pick otherwise.
The only thing I can say about A&M is that their schedule for the SEC has turned out to be quite easy. Played in Missouri without Bo Perula, and they played in LSU with a team who was playing against their coach. At least I feel like they were. But, I mean, they have looked insanely impressive. And Marcel Reed, I think he's up there with the top 4 for the Heisman. He's been playing incredible. Yeah,
his stock is rising. Don't be surprised to see him in New York. I mean,
yeah, I'd take A&M and Bama, and I need to see. I think DeBoer and Grubb are very great and good big games. That's their thing, is the big games. But I mean,
I'm sorry,
no one stopped Reed yet. So
I'm not gonna. I rescind my Texas A&M pick. I do. Let me watch the last few weeks. Okay, I think that's totally reasonable because Texas A&M has 2 huge games.
The one reason I would take Bama is we've yet to see A&M. This would be their first time in the conference SEC championship. We've yet to see them win a big game like that. This is the first time they've gotten past 8-4. So
if you do, you better watch out with Mike Elko being at home.
They're a great team.
Mike Elko, they're not going to be scared of the playoff. I'm just telling you.
No, I would not want to play A&M's second round.
Yeah.
If I'm any team. No,
Yeah.
I already have a feeling. Let me clarify. For Bama not to get in, they would have to lose to Oklahoma and Auburn. So that's your prediction right now. If you pick against it.
That's a tough prediction. But yeah, give it to me. Georgia is in the SEC championship, playing Texas A&M, and maybe a little bit of a wild pick.
You just completely shocked me. I thought you were gonna say Bama and Texas A&M were gonna make it, and Texas A&M.
Nope, Georgia and A&M. And man, I can't bet against Kirby Smart. I can't do it. Give me Georgia winning the SEC championship.
Do you know how hard it's going to be for Georgia to get in and play Texas A&M?
Replay this clip.
They have to win out, and somebody's got to lose.
Bama's got to lose twice because Bama has a tiebreaker over them.
Yeah, they will.
So you just revealed your Auburn. You just revealed your Auburn pick that you said you weren't going to reveal.
Well, I don't know what else I was supposed to do because
that's also. I guess you did pick Bama to lose this weekend. So
it tracks.
At least if nothing, he's consistent.
I'm consistent,
and that's why I respect our Auburn insider.
Yeah.
Our Auburn insider was in his first week picks. He was very modest, nothing crazy. He saw Auburn give Vanderbilt a game. He's going off the rails now. He's going for every pick against Bama. He's going for it.
We will talk about this in a couple of weeks. But if you watched that game and didn't see a different Auburn Tiger football team, then I don't know what you're watching.
They look good.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
I'm not saying they didn't look good. They did.
Yeah.
Let's do this will be a fun one. ACC championship. I think we're all gonna have different picks here. Go ahead, Matt.
You said the ACC? I like Duke, Georgia Tech. I think I'm keeping it simple. Wait.
I don't know if I like Duke, but I'm
I
going to
don't-
take Duke.
Duke's got a
I'm
tough
gonna
stretch. Yeah, I'm in it with Grayson. I'm rolling with Duke because I want to see 2 G5 teams in the playoff and just see all the meltdowns that would cause and all the flack that the commissioner of the ACC would get. So give me Duke and Georgia Tech, and give me Duke to beat Georgia Tech as a 4-loss conference champ. I like Duke. Mensa is gonna get himself to New York these last 4 weeks. I like Duke.
Go ahead, Noah.
I'm not gonna lie, you kind of took my hot take, so I'm gonna go a different route. Okay.
Stick true to your guns.
I was going
You
to go
don't
Duke,
have-
Georgia Tech too.
I was
so-
I wasn't changing the matchup. I still think it's Duke Georgia Tech, but man, Georgia Tech against NC State was pretty concerning to say the least. But I still am a Haynes King believer, man. I think
Who's
they're
Tech
winning.
losing to in ACC left in there? They're not.
No, they're not, and they're gonna beat Duke.
Well, that's what you would have said last week about Georgia Tech. To be fair,
It's true.
you'd have said they're not losing to Georgia or
It's very
NC
true.
State.
Fair. But no, I mean, I think Haynes King, as long as he's clicking, they're going to take care of that Duke team. Even though, like I said, I am a huge Mensa believer, and I could see him sitting in New York. I can't lie.
I think
Yeah, I'm
Noah.
also.
I think we need
Go ahead.
I think we need a Darian Mensa edit out of you. That's what I think.
Oh, I got you.
I'm looking at Georgia Tech does have to play Pitt before.
And Georgia.
Georgia's not going to count in the ACC, but that would
I'm
probably knock
just
them out of the
saying.
playoff. Yeah,
That's not going to help.
I
I mean,
don't see a world.
But
Georgia
if
Tech
that's the
in playoff.
matchup, you're talking about a 3-loss, either a 3-loss or a 4-loss champion is their best thing they have to offer.
Yeah, a 3-loss Georgia Tech would. I don't know. I don't know if they get in over James Madison.
No, I don't think they do.
It has to be. Does a 10-2 Georgia Tech get in over James Madison if they lose to Georgia? I don't know.
I think they do. Yeah.
If their loss is to probably a 5 or 4 team in the country by that point, yes, they will get in.
Yeah,
Where are they at?
they're at 16.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like,
Yeah,
They
I don't
dropped
see a
them.
world. I don't think Virginia gets in, mainly because I picked Duke. Louisville, Pitt would have to win out. I don't think Pitt wins out. Pitt has Miami, Georgia Tech, and Notre Dame as their last 3 games.
not
That's not happen. They probably lose all 3 of those.
Yeah.
But give me Georgia Tech, Duke, and I just don't see. I don't see Duke beating Georgia Tech.
Mm-mm.
So give me
Big
Georgia
12.
Tech, but I would love Duke to win it. We'll talk about what happens if James Madison and South Florida get in a second. But real quick, Big 12 picks. Matt,
I think you're going to get a rematch of Texas Tech, BYU, and I
does,
think
B-
Texas
does BYU
Tech,
get in with 2 losses to Texas Tech?
I don't know. That's hard. I think they get curb stomped twice, though. I do think that.
No.
I do think BYU's fraudulent, but I think the Pac-12 is pretty top heavy. So
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, that's what I had over here too as a rematch from Texas Tech BYU. Texas Tech, man, they impressed me honestly in every facet of the game. I mean, it was a bit more of a blowout than I expected, but I don't think BYU gets in with 2 losses to Texas Tech if they lose in the same fashion. Now, if they make it a super close overtime loss in game 2,
It
maybe.
depends who else loses.
You're right. Yeah, there's
happens.
more factors that go into play. But, yeah, Texas Tech winning the Big 12.
Let me give you a hot take.
yeah.
Isn't really a hot
Uh-oh.
take. Texas Tech versus Brandon Sorsby and the Cincinnati Bears. Is it Bears? They're the Bears, right? The Bearcats. Yeah.
Yeah, Big 12.
Cincinnati beats BYU at home next week. BYU's not ready. I think Cincinnati.
Could
then,
happen.
But then Cincinnati plays Texas Tech and gets absolutely demolished. I think Texas Tech is for real.
I guess Noah went on with us Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Tech looked like an SEC team to me. I probably shouldn't say that, but
They've
like
gotten the players these past
they
few
have,
years.
they have the personnel to beat.
Is it Rodriguez?
Jacob Rodriguez.
should be in the Heisman
I
talk.
would be top 5 in my Heisman race right now if it wasn't a quarterback award. Maybe top 3. He's got like 88 tackles.
Who are we forgetting right now,
5
Matt? Who are we
games
not
left.
talking about?
What?
Who are we not talking about on that Texas Tech defense?
David Bailey. He's also could be top 10 in the
12
Heisman race.
sacks.
Hey, what about 2 former Auburn Tigers and Romello Height and Lee Hunter on that
Romello
Texas?
Height played at Auburn.
Started at
So
Auburn.
he transferred to Tech and then went to Auburn. Really?
No, so he started at Auburn. Then
He went to Georgia Tech. That's the Tech I was talking
No,
about.
listen. I think he went to USC. Then he went to Georgia Tech, and then he went to Texas Tech, and now he's balling out. He got kicked off the Auburn team for some off the field issues, I believe. But man, has it panned out?
I'm sorry.
Romello Height.
David Bailey, the Stanford transfer, is a
David Bailey's
menace.
been incredible.
What
Oh
happens
my
when you
gosh,
have
hold up.
oil in you? Sorry.
He's got a lot of entries in this. So, okay. Romello Height commits to Georgia Tech, decommits to Georgia Tech, commits to Miami, decommits from Miami, commits to Auburn, goes to Auburn, transfers to USC in January, transfers to Georgia Tech the next year. Then he had a great year at Texas Tech last year, by the way. Then he transfers to Texas Tech this year.
Yep.
He's been committed to 6 different teams.
Yep. He committed under the potato famine era at Auburn under Brian Harsin with Potato Man.
Famine.
How many famines has Auburn experienced the past 10 years?
You can't like a
10-year. Oh, you're like a 10-year famine, Noah.
Man, you know what? You got to have the famine.
What's the random shot for that?
Yeah, that was wild. But we are just wait, man. It's coming up. When we make this high,
I just thought
Auburn,
it was weird. He was limiting the Auburn famine to 3 years.
Auburn is due for a big year.
Yeah.
At some point.
It's coming. And it could come next year. We can get on this into a later pod. But with the right hire, Auburn is in the playoff combo next year. Talent is on the roster.
No, you said there's no way Auburn falls below 9-2 this year.
Listen,
start this year. I mean, I'm sorry. There's got to be some level of accountability on this show, or what are we doing?
Listen, Auburn, if you watch that team and you don't agree that they have the talent to be in the playoffs this year, you're blind. They have the talent. Hugh Freeze is the reason that this program has failed this year.
They're playing for a bowl game against Mercer.
Not the defense. Actually, I don't even think that's right. I think we have to win the final.
You have to win both those games. I'm saying if you lose to Mercer, you're not going to lose to Mercer.
Hey, I'll do an extensive breakdown on that game.
Take. Here comes.
I'm not even. I'm turning off my camera for this.
No. He's joking. He's joking.
I'll save it for next week. It'll be one of our games.
Mercer alum. Auburn does not have the talent to make it this year because they don't have a quarterback.
It could be the EvenFront game.
Or was it the system, the Hugh Freeze system? Because Ashton Daniels
lost to Vanderbilt.
Ashton Daniels looked like a
lost to Vanderbilt
contender. Why though? Because the defense didn't perform their one game all season.
But you said they should hire DJ Durkin because the defense is so good.
Oh yeah,
and one time you need to win a big game, they don't show up.
You got your ammunition if you're anti-Durkin. You're right. I mean, one time he's head coach, the one time the defense slips miserably, honestly. But, I mean, if you look at the vision of what this team could have been with the Hugh Freeze fantastic offense that he was supposed to come in with, if Ashton Daniels is QB1, operating like he did against Vanderbilt, and our defense is playing like they did all year, we're in the playoff committee or conversations. What? Go.
When did this become an Auburn football show?
I speak the truth. I don't know.
I think he does have a point. He does have a point that Hugh Freeze was a problem, but they are not a playoff team this year. Ashton Daniels is not leading you. Did you mute Noah? Unmute Noah.
Auburn will. All right,
okay.
move on.
I do think Auburn could have a better season, but they have a really tough schedule. I don't see a playoff Maybe next year, but
next year.
last thing we're going to talk about: what happens if the ACC doesn't get a playoff bid? Matt, what do we see?
We kind of touched on this Tuesday. To me, if I was a perennial ACC team, I think I'm getting ready to leave. I think being in the ACC hurts recruiting. It hurts your NIL collective. I think it hurts you in a lot of different ways. I think it hurts the guys you're able to retain when a big SEC team comes knocking. I think there's a lot of teams that would benefit by joining the SEC. I don't know. I'm not sure if the SEC benefits by adding a Clemson or a Florida State, but I think it's something that conference realignment will be. I mean, I don't care who you are or what you think about it. Conference realignment is coming for the ACC. Florida State's already tried it, and I imagine it'll be a reoccurring theme. Maybe 2 years ago, Florida State didn't get in, or maybe that was last year, 13-0. No, that was 2 years ago. 13-0 doesn't get in. I would have been getting out then. I think they tried to. I don't think the committee has a lot of respect for the ACC, deservedly so. After this year, I'm not sure. I mean, the conference realignment stuff takes years just because all the money and all the big people that are involved. Don't be surprised when some big stuff goes on behind the scenes this year.
No.
Yeah. Man, I think we could see some chaos with the ACC, right? If Duke wins as a 4-loss.
Let me jump in. It's not just Duke. If SMU gets in, they have 3 losses. They're not getting in.
No.
If Georgia Tech loses to Pitt and what's her name? Who they play last? Georgia. And then when they're not going to get in.
No.
So
yeah,
there's multiple scenarios.
You're right. Yeah. Any of those teams win the ACC championship, man, it's not looking good. And I think you see a path for 2 group of 5 teams to get in for sure. An interesting stat I had when researching
Camera's off, Matt.
Doing that.
The ACC against other Power 4 conferences this season, 5-14. Man, yeah, the ACC is in awful shape. Like Matt was saying, I think there is major realignment coming for them. And I think it's a path to make the college football playoffs very, very interesting. Like I was saying, with the 2 group of 5 teams potentially sneaking in.
And I would not be surprised, like in this scenario, like the powerhouses go, they scatter probably to the SEC and maybe the Big 12. I think you can see that. I mean, there's people playing across the country already. And probably some of those lower-end ACC teams are probably going to the new Pac-12, and then you probably have the P4 is established again.
I'm not against the idea that JMU's a worse team than Georgia Tech. I mean, I think the ACC is that bad. Why did Noah just type, "Oh no"? Do we see that? But
sorry.
I mean, I think 2 group of 5 teams. If we have any of those champions, I think it's the right move. I know people are going to complain, but I don't think there's any pushback against, or there shouldn't be.
I agree. I
mean, you're crazy if you don't think JMU could hang with some of them ACC teams.
And North Texas, man,
they're legit. There's some legit teams in D5. Besides the upper echelon.
This goes to our automatic bid's a good thing, but should JMU be in there over a 9-3 Texas? Probably not. No.
I mean, what is the 12 best teams? No.
But
do they deserve it? Yes.
But they're not one of the 12 best teams. But do they deserve it? Yes, I agree. But
it's the same thing. Like, I mean, you don't really have a big.
You're right. You don't have a big argument. If you shouldn't have a big argument getting in the playoff if you're fighting for a 12 spot. I think that should be a point. Yeah. That's the same thing with Bama last year. They really couldn't say anything. The SMU got in over them.
I mean, look at 13 and 12 just from a ranking standpoint. Forget like the automatic playoff bid. You don't think JMU could beat a BYU or a Utah or like a Miami?
I think they could. Not a Miami.
I think they could. I think they could beat Miami.
I think they're every bit as good as like a.
I think Miami's a different scenario because they're so great on the on the front line, but I think that'd overpower them. But a BYU or Utah, even a Vanderbilt, I think they have a chance.
Ooh, I'm not even going to start on that. I think Vandy's a legit contender, but
Yeah, we probably
I don't think
need
Vandy gets in.
to get wrapping it up.
yeah, we probably need to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think
All
that's
right.
about it.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you watch this long, really appreciate you. Thanks for supporting our journey. Make sure you follow us on all socials if you're not familiar. EvenFront CFB on Instagram, EvenFront Pod on Twitter, and EvenFront on TikTok. Give us a follow. We really appreciate it. And like I said, we're gonna keep on doing this. If you're enjoying it, we're gonna keep uploading more, and we appreciate you.
1,000 likes on this video. We do a live reaction Saturday night. Live reaction show.
1,000 likes.
1,000 likes.
1,000 likes.
Probably don't get that many views, but if we do,
hey, we're blowing up on YouTube right now.
it's true.
All right.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
See y'all.
Bye.